Respected friends, welcome all. Few more mantras. Let us study of Yoga Vasishtha Maharamayana and try to understand what Bhagavan Vasishtha ji and Sakshat Saraswati Mata are teaching us as Adhyatmika Jnanam, Adhyatmika Sadhanas for Adhyatmika Siddhi of Paramatma Prapti and Moksha. Welcome you all. You are great, wonderful. Keep it up the study of Shastras. Yeah, many great Mahatmas of great insight and Anubhuti are kind enough to give us the guidance through the Shastras for the truth, for the moksha. Browse through, take your time, have patience, and wherever you are able to tune to, stick to that particular lessons or course of Shastra Shravanadhyana and somehow, anyhow, everyhow, get into total picture clear of Bandha Moksha with the knowledge of why and what and how bondage happens and how the mukti has to be obtained. First thing. Thereafter, then you have to have your own individual personal struggles to manage yourself, to put on the path of sadhana, uh, transcending, crossing, or overpowering all obstacles, inner and outer. But leave not the Vedanta Shravana Adhyayana. That can be a idea, a request for all of us. I will also try my best never to give up this. Here we are with our some of the Shanti mantras, Sankalpa, Mangalacharana Shloka, and then study. Text is Yoga Vasishtha Maharamayana, Prakaranam third Utpatthi, Prasanga is Leelopakhyanam, Sarga 22. Name of the Sarga is Jnana Abhyasa Varnanam and Samvada between Mother Saraswati and Leela. Also between stage Vasishthaji, Bhagavan Rama. Om 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 Sahanavavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhetamastu Ma Vidvishavahai Om Shanti 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 Om Namo Brahmadibhyo ब्रह्म भक्ति योग धर्म विद्या संप्रदाय कर्तृभ्यो वंश ऋषिभ्यो महद्भ्यो नमो गुरुभ्यः ओम यैरिमे गुरुभिः पूर्वं पदवाक्य प्रमाणतः व्याख्याताः सर्व वेदान्ताः सच्छास्त्राः तान् नित्यं प्रणतोऽस्म्यहम् ओम श्रीराम राम रामेति रमे रामे मनोरमे सहस्रनाम तत्तुल्यं रामनामवरानने ओम ब्रह्मानन्दं परमसुखदं केवलं ज्ञानमूर्तिं द्वन्द्वातीतं गगनसदृशं तत्त्वमस्यादिलक्ष्यम् एकं नित्यं विमलमचलं सर्वधी साक्षिभूतं भावातीतं त्रिगुणरहितं सद्गुरुं तं नमामि परब्रह्मणे श्रुतिमात्रे समस्त ब्रह्म भक्ति योग धर्म विद्या आचार्येभ्यो ऋषिभ्यो मुनिभ्यो गुरुभ्यो देवताभ्यो अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः श्रीरामचंद्र परब्रह्मणे नमः श्री वशिष्ठ विश्वामित्र वाल्मीकि वेदव्यास वामदेव नारदादि श्री योग वासिष्ठ महारामायणादि शास्त्राणाम आचार्येभ्यो नमः संकल्पः तेषां सर्वेषां कृपानुग्रहेण उपनिषद योग वासिष्ठ महारामायणोक्त ब्रह्मात्मैक्य बोधेन अस्मिन् क्षणे एव मोक्ष कैवल्य प्राप्त्यर्थं श्रुति स्मृति पुराणेतिहास संतवाङ्मयोक्त साध्य साधनानुभव सिद्ध्यर्थम तत्रोक्त ऋषि मुनि गुरुदेवता दर्शनानुग्रहानुभव प्राप्त्यर्थम सनातन धर्मस्य विश्वव्याप्ति विश्व आध्यात्मिक प्रगत्यर्थम धर्म संस्थापकानां नित्य निरंतर दिग्विजयार्थम श्री राम मंदिरवत् शिव कृष्ण आदि मंदिरादीनाम् आश्रमाणां पुण्य दिव्य क्षेत्राणां विश्वविद्यालयादीनां पुनरवाप्ते तेषु निरंतर शास्त्र श्रवण शास्त्र अध्ययन अध्यापन उपासना यज्ञयाग साधना सेवा उपासना प्रार्थनादीनां द्वारा भारतवर्षस्य सनातन धर्मस्य बाह्याभ्यंतर शत्रुविघ्न समूल निर्मूलन पूर्वक भारतवर्षे विश्वे च अस्माद् क्षणाद् आरभ्य वैदिक हैन्दव संस्कृतेः धर्ममोक्षपुरुषार्थानां सुसंप्रतिष्ठा अवाप्त्यर्थम् अस्यां कक्षायाम् आगतानां संकल्पित सत्कर्मसु दिग्विजयार्थं तेषां हृदये परब्रह्मादीनां प्रति भक्त्यादीनां द्वारा जन्म साफल्यार्थम् अनेक शास्त्राणाम् अध्ययन साधना प्रयत्न मध्ये श्री वाल्मीकि महर्षि विरचित श्री राम वशिष्ठ संवाद रूप श्री योग वासिष्ठ महारामायण शास्त्रस्य पारायणम् अध्ययनं साधना प्रयत्नं मोक्षार्थं वयं सर्वे करिष्यामहे। मंगलाचरण श्लोकाः। ओम यतः सर्वाणि भूतानि प्रतिभान्ति स्थितानि च यत्रैवोपशमं यान्ति तस्मै सत्यात्मने नमः। ज्ञाता ज्ञानं तथा ज्ञेयं द्रष्टा दर्शन दृश्यभूः कर्ता हेतुः क्रिया यस्माद् तस्मै सर्वात्मने नमः। स्फुरन्ति सीकरा यस्माद् आनन्दस्याम्बरे वनौ सर्वेषां जीवनं तस्मै ब्रह्मानन्दात्मने नमः। दिवि भूमौ तथाकाशे बहिरन्तश्च मे विभुः यो विभात्यवभासात्मा तस्मै सर्वात्मने नमः। ॐ सत्यं ज्ञानमनन्तमेकमजरं नित्यं विभुं शाश्वतं प्रत्यग्ब्रह्मरसायनं सुखगनं पूर्णं परं पावनं स्वात्मज्योतिरनादिमध्यनिधनं माया माया विलासैर्मुहुः विश्वाकारमपास्तमायमभयं वन्दे विशुद्धं पदं। ज्ञानादेवात्मनो मोक्षः न तु कर्म समाधिभिः तस्माद् अज्ञातोऽसौ ससदृश्यं सृजत्येवेति कीर्त्यते। ओम तस्मै श्री गुरवे वसिष्ठमुनये नित्यं नमस्कुर्महे। विश्वामित्रमुनिं शरण्यमनघं भूयो नमस्याम्यहम्। तस्मै वाल्मीकये श्री गुरुतमगुरवे भूरिभावैर्नताः स्मः। पूर्णानन्दस्वभावः स्वजनहितकृते माययोपात्तकायः कारुण्यादुद्दिदीर्षुर्जनमनवरतं मोहपङ्के निमग्नम् आविश्यान्तर्वसिष्ठं बहिरपि कलयन्न शिष्यभावं वितेने यः संवादेन शास्त्रामृतजलधिम् अमुं रामचन्द्रं प्रपद्ये। ओम श्री रामचंद्र परब्रह्मणे नमः। श्री वशिष्ठादि ऋषिभ्यो नमः। श्री योग वासिष्ठ महारामायण शास्त्रम तृतीय उत्पत्ति प्रकरणम लीलोपाख्याने ज्ञान विज्ञान अभ्यास वर्णनं नाम द्वाविंशतितम सर्गः। श्री वशिष्ठ उवाच श्री देव्युवाच। So friends, hope you are there every day tuning to the text and the subject under discussion and tuning to that knowledge and relating it with our own self. Okay. So what we are discussing, these crucial, good, beautiful, informative inspirational informations is आतिवाहिकतां यातं बुद्धं चित्त अंतरैर मनः सर्गजन्मांतर्गतैः सिद्धैः मिलति न इतरत्. So manah It is the sadhana on the mana, Adivayikatam Yatam, which has transcended the Sthula Deha Tadatmya and came to the Chitta Deha Tadatmya, Ativayika Deha Tadatmya. One. Buddham, which is awakened. That only Chittantaraihi, the other beings Chitta, Sarga Janmantaragatai, with the things and beings of past and future. So too Siddhair, with the Siddha Purushas also, such mind is able to tune to. Naitarat, and not the mana which is lost in the Sthula Sharira Tadatma. So that is why all the time we are talking about Shuddha Antakarana. Then that Antakarana, Shuddha Antakarana only, as we many times discussed about, becomes the intuitive Antakarana, which when it studies the Shastra, it is understanding the depths. When it is listening to the Shastra from the Guru, it is understanding exactly what the Guru is meaning. Then, when it is contemplating such a chitta, it is able to deeply ponder over and contemplate over the truth. And such intuitive chitta alone can even receive messages from the higher worlds, even to such an extent that, as it is said here, they can access the higher beings, and then higher beings can send the messages to them, they can receive. है ना? Anything can be an example in this world. When the receiving set in the olden times of our radio or TV are not good, even though the transmission is happening from the transmitting tower, our TV, gets that blurred vision. In the radio, that very horrible sound used to come. You remember? But when the radio is made clear and the receiver in it is made perfect, then very crystal clear sound. Those days, even now also, in our cell phones and all of them, if the receiving part is not working well, then we say sound nahi aa raha, picture nahi aa raha, apps काम नहीं कर रहे हैं. Or in the laptop computer, then there are virus and all, so it's not receiving the commands. You know, the software, the hardware is not showing the pictures exactly like that. And the other point here is na itarat. That's what ki siddhair milati na itaratu. Okay, that means what? There are higher minds, there are the beings higher with higher understandings. They are communicating. We can learn from them. We can also lift the level of our intellect's understandings. In fact, that's the purpose of human life. For that, our chitta mana has to detach from the stula sharira and come to the ativahika sthit. What is said here in this text, in this language, is said in different language in other texts. But the point is, for example, as we told you number of times, this example, very likable example from Viveka Chodamani. Ki, the one who wants to realize the self, but always catering to the needs of the body only. His life is like the person wanting to cross the river, but taking the support of the crocodile. You understand? See the example Shankara gives. नदी पार करने के लिए वो कोई ग्राह को पकड़ लिया, वो ग्राह ही पकड़ के खा लेगा हमको. Forget about crossing the nadi. Very good examples in Vivek Chodamani come. In all our Shastras, here it's so beautiful. But we have to tune to this Shastra, having studied at least for 6 to 8 years. Like it took 6 years for us to tune to the Upanishadic टीचिंग एंड आदि शंकरा भाष्य टीचिंग, वो भी दिन में थोड़ा समय पढ़ते, बाद में भूल जाते. दिन भर लगे रहे तो we would have understood it more. Never mind, we are growing. So the shloka there is Sharira Poshanarthi San. Sharira Poshana Arthi. Hamesha is very busy in the portion of the Sharira. But Ya Atmanam Didrukshati. Same time in the heart, he has the Didruksha, Drashtumicha of the Atman, self. He wants to realize the self. What is his life like? Graham Darudhiya Drutva. Taking a graha, crocodile, to be a daru, a trunk of a tree floating in the river. Holding to that, Nadim Tartum Sagachati or Ichati. He is desiring and moving to cross the river. Graham Darudhiya Drutva Nadim Tartum Sagachati. And that he was at the banks, he'll have to go to the other bank. Suddenly, wood a plank came, he held on to that. Then thoda jaकर देखा, it's not a wood or any log of the tree, it's a crocodile. Will he able to ever cross? That is the thing. Said in that language. है ना? In other Upanishads and all, in their own language it is said. Like in Kathopanishad, Nasamparaya Pratibhati Balam Pramadyantam Vittamohena Mudham Ayam Loko Nasti Paraitimani Punaha Punaha Vashamapadyate Me. In again Kata and Mundaka, it is talked about the blind leading blind, blind following the blind. See, avidyayamantare vartamanaha swayam dhiraha panditam manyamanaha dandramyamanaha pariyanti mudhaha andhenaiva niyamana yatandaha. See that? Good that we listen to all shastras, so we get the reference points, we get the shastra authorities, isn't it, to understand these things. So the mana which has reached to ativahikata, the mana which has awakened to the truth in intellectual understanding, so to pakka in sadhana, such mana is able to access to the bhuta bhavishvat vartamana, access, it has accessibility to the other's mind, so to it is accessing the siddha purusha's guidance too. It can go to different lokas. Aim at that. Physically बैठे बैठे दरवाजा बंद करके थ्रू द आतिवाहिक देह 1 घंटे के लिए घूम के आ जाओ हर जगह. That sadhana is better. So then this is the important shloka. Then we saw the very crucial sadhana. 2 days we explained. Today we learned to explain only chant mantra and go ahead. Just hinting about the importance of that sadhana, what it is. Yada te yamaham bhavaha sabhyasat shanti meshyati tadodeshyati sparat drishyanta bodhata swayam. So above one is, if the stula deha tadatma is there in the jagarat jagat with raga desha to shabda sparsha or vyaktis, we are only in pakka samsara. Sthula tadatmya, therefore, the Jagrada Avastha samsara, when we transcend, come to Ativahika Sthiti, we can access other worlds, other minds, yogis, siddha purushas. Third one, so far in 10-15 shlokas only, beautiful 20-30 points were shared. We are seeing that again. Third point now, keen. When this aham bhava of ours is dropped. Yada te ayam aham bhavaha. Te means yours. I am this. Aham bhavaha means upaditadatma, specific individuality. Gender wise. I am Stri Purusha or Bharatiya Videshiya. Religion wise, I am Hindu, this, that. Profession wise, I am doctor or so. Richness wise, I am rich or poor. This is all called as aham bhava. So too with indriyas. I am smeller, taster, toucher. With the mana, I am the feeler. With the buddhi, I am the thinker. One aham in this way functions through all these faculties. Totally देखा जाए, in waking plane as Jagrat Purusha, in Swapna, Swapna Purusha, in Nidra Susha. All this aham bhava, when swabhyasat shanti meshit, with proper abhyasa, when this aham becomes shanta. Yesterday we saw so many explanations. Yesterday, day before class on this topic was very exhaustive. So when this aham bhava shanti meshyati, when the I specific individuality gets quietened, tada udeshyati, then gets awakened or arises in you. What is that? Sparat spashtarupena bodhata swayam. The experience of the self, drushta anta, drushya anta, wherein there is no more any drushya. Yesterday or today, or we will see that started that topic in Pandokya Upanishad also. In the Alata example, just like the moving Alata gives rise to the vision of various shapes, Ruju Akradikabhasa, Alata Spanditam Yatha. Same way, Drishya, Grahya Grahakata Bhavam. Grahana Grahaka Bhasam, Vignana Spanditam. Here also, when ego is there, ahamta, it always craves for the drishya. Idam. Aham idam together is samsara. When the aham is reduced to a great extent, the idam drishya also gets devalued. Then what happens? Drishya anta bodhata swayam tada udeshyat. Swayam udeshyat. The drishya rahita, therefore corresponding drashta darshana rahita, sarvadhisthana, atma chaitanya bodha arises in you. So mother is putting in front of Saraswati, Saraswati mother putting in front of Leela, so many variety of sadhanas. The idea of all that is what? Any one of these things are any day better than you are crying for your husband, by that proving yourself to be a jiva with this deha tadatmya in this samsara. इनमें से कुछ भी चुनो वो बेटर है. Aim at those higher spiritual sadhanas rather than getting cocooned in Deha Tadatmya, taking this gross outer world as real, relating with it through Raga Dvesha, and totally getting succumbed to that. For the human buddhi, it is not right. Human beings' buddhi can understand the higher goals, higher possibilities, and can make it possible. A Pashu cannot do. Pashu, buffalo, buffalo throughout life. Donkey, donkey throughout life. Human being need not be only identified with this Sthula Sharira, need not live only as the human being throughout life. He can arise in his identity through this knowledge and knowledge sadhana. That's what Vignana and Vignana Abhyasa Varnanam. Vignana, mother is giving now. Having listening to all this Vignana, when Leela asks for the sadhana, then mother tells as sadhana the abhyasa of this Vijnana only. That's what we said 2 days back, if you remember. One sadhana is to gain the Vijnana doubtlessly. Other sadhana is to practice that Vijnana continuously, thoroughly, till it becomes our direct personal aparoksha anubhuti. Listen to only these things all through. From any speaker, it doesn't matter. And we don't care or bother that aspect. What we are concerned about is, are you as a human being helping yourself in growing spiritually by doing Shravana Manana sadhana or not? That's the only concern. That also is backed by the clarity within us that only spirituality can redeem one of all the samsara samasyas or problems. No other. Out of that concern and clarity that our acharyas, gurus, guide us or suggest to us to expose to Shastra Jnanam and grow in it theoretically, practically, experientially. So, about this we have seen. When your aham bhava gets reduced to that extent, spashta rupena, the bodha will awaken to you in which there is no drushya. Therefore, in the pure Atman, the drashta ahankara, the drushya jagat, which are projected, put together are creating the samsara bandhana. How to get moksha, sir? In many places, the idam, the jagat is told to be given up. Correspondingly, the aham also gets quieted. Then idam aham atita paramatma is anubhuta experience. Here, Mother says that also, or Vashishtha says thousands of the times. Earlier it was a topic, Mother was only saying Vasana Kshay karo, aage bhi keh rahe. But another possibility is even reduce the ego also. Then Drishya also goes away. Then what happens? Drashta Drashana Atita Bodha, the pure consciousness we awaken to in our identity. In more modern language, you know, for the modern people to suit, this is the way our great masters say, you know, in life we are bound. Point one. Point two, we are bound in life because of experiences. Point three, in experience every, there is a triputi. The experiencer, experiencer, experiencing. They are interconnected. Out of these three, one is devalued. The other two also go away. Then the binding experiences go away. What remains is the liberating, the pure experience without this triputi. Experience of the pure self without triputi. Therefore, sometime in your life, in your day, do so those sadhanas of devaluing the experience dove. By Pratipaksha Bhavana Dosha Drishti, reject the world of objects. Some other time, reject the experiences, anubhutis, by again devaluing them. And sometimes do the rejection of the experiencer, naham dehosmi, naham indriyosmi, naham manah asmi, in that. When these three are getting reduced consciously to that extent, then what is the substrate above all these three? That jignasa and that jnana spashtata and the ability to do even dhyana, that becomes stronger. At the same time, from the other side, the Bhagavan Guru also negotiating with all our prarabdhas, karma phala, or upasana, or prarthana, they see to it that this sadhana of ours is done or achieved. Means we are made to do sadhana, conveniences are given. Just like it is made convenient for you and I to have this class. In spite of all our various prarabdhas and all, our ichha is strong. Maybe we prayed to the Lord too. He made it convenient. As it has become convenient for us to attend the class, so too at the higher level it will become convenient to deeply contemplate on the reality which is beyond drashta, darshana, drishya. All depend on our purity of intentions, our clarity of the vision, our regularity of sadhana, our sincerity of the prayers. When we are involved in them, things start falling in right place. Just like in life too, like a family when they go, the wife, husband, children came together, sat and kept the egos away and then said, "Ki, these are our requirement, these are our incomes, these are our necessities, this is our let's balance our finances, or this is the health condition of each of us, or the age of each of us. So these are possible to this person, this is possible to this. So let us share our work and do." So जब एक फैमिली बैठकर डिस्कस करते हैं, their financial problems can be ended, their health problems can be managed to an extent, then mutual understanding के कारण their house can become even in Swargatulya. Together, if they aim at they can even do the spiritual activities too. Isn't it? Is it impossible or what? So, to a management and the company, the people come together, they can also, this is our company, these are our products, this is how they have to be produced, this is how they have to be marketed. Let's work together sincerely. The quality control people controlling the quality, the publicity people doing the publicity very well. The production dispatch unit is when they integrate, why not that company will get the profits, will grow definitely. Everywhere in this world, it is so. हर जगह पे एक खेती में भी एक खेत जोतने वाला समय पे जोत दिया और जो बीड्स निकालने वाला निकाल दिया, रोपाई करने वाला कर दी, सिंचाई करने वाला किया, कीड़े मकोड़े को मारने के लिए पेस्टिसाइड डालने वाला डाल दी, and then ones who have to protect they protected, when the things have grown crop, then काटने वाले आगे काट दिए, then the marketing, when everything well planned, it is swarga only. How in other countries the fruits or vegetables or other things are grown in millions of tons and kgs farm, because the planning integration. As it happens outside, spiritually also it's the same. So many examples we give. Done, friends? Now, beautiful. Ativahikata jnanam sthitim eshyati shashvatim yada tadahi asankalpat lokan drakshasi pavanan. That's what. See, listen carefully. We'll go through quickly. Ativahikata jnanam sthitim eshyati shashvatim yada. Yada, when shashvatim sthitim eshyati, the permanent stature is achieved in you. For what? Ativahikata jnanam. That I am the Ativahika Sukshma Jivaha. I am not the Stula Deha Tadatmya Samsari. Ativahita jnanam sthitimeshyati shashvatim. Catch this point. When it is fully stabilizes, becomes permanent. Like every 3-4 months, you can see the contract laborers or workers, they request, even the contract taken teachers also, भाई हमारे नौकरी पक्की कर दो बेचारे, है ना? In the American countries, our Indians, when they go on applying green card दे दो. Example, here same way, we in trying to identify with the Ativahika Sukshma Deha, again and again fall to the Stula Deha, because of the number of vasanas, because of the surroundings around, because of our non-practice of the jnanam, or jnanam is not pakka. When the jnanam is made pakka, and for a long time we did manana chintana and identified with the ativahikata sthira rupena, no more coming down to the deha tadatmya, isn't it? Coming to deha level for any required response and vyavahara. Understood? More than that, we are always in the ativahika tadatmya sthiti. That's the meaning of ativahikata jnanam sthimeshati shastrim yada. Tada, if that you are able to achieve, what will come to you? What will be obtained by you? Asankalpal lokan drakshasi pavanano. So you will be able to see that pavana pure lokas, where this wretched sankalpa, kamana, karma, karmaphala, dukkha, bandhana, these are not there, such loka. So you can see. Asankalpan loka. Means these are all, whatever mother is saying here, she will take Leela and she will show all of them. Lucky, we will also be seeing them, at least studying them. In those lokas, the jivas are there in their ativahika deha. Somebody is, as we told you, doing Shiva puja, somebody is doing Vishnu puja, somebody is doing japana, somebody is doing kirtana, somebody is doing Bhagavad Katha, somebody is doing Bhagwan's Rupa Dhyana, Guna Dhyana, Dhama Dhyana, Leela Dhyana, somebody is doing the Swarupa Dhyana, Somebody is doing Bhagavad Katha, Bhagavad Mahima Prachara. In them, there is no the Manasika Sankalpa for the outer Vishaya Bhoga, because for the outer Vishaya Bhoga, the Sthula Deha Tadatma is required. They have transcended it. I know something like in this world too, not at all difficult to understand. Not that always all the negative people only are there. As if we talk कि पूरा दुनिया सत्यानाश हो गया, कलयुग आ गयो, पहले ही पाद में ऐसा है तो चतुर्पाद आया तो कैसा रहेगा. Adding to that, the others like media, everybody support for the prachar of only the negative. No, in this very world, there are so many millions of people who are positive. There, as you know, how many the management is there of a college or school? The teaching staff, non-teaching staff, managing, put together, trying to give true education to their students without aiming it only at the money, etc. They are there. Individual level में देखो, how many maths professors are not there who want to make their students masters of maths? They are not putting it anywhere their mind. हमें सैलरी बढ़ जाए, हमें इंसेंटिव्स मिल जाए, हमें बेस्ट टीचर्स का अवार्ड मिल जाए. असंकल्प लोक, ही इज नॉट हैविंग एनी सच संकल्प. आर देयर नॉट देयर? अरे भाई इतने संस्थाएं हैं, social organizations, spiritual organizations, in such a beautiful vision, selflessly they are serving. That is called asankalpa lok. There are many. What we are more and more shown projected is the negative ones, where the entire samstha itself is ghotala wala. The entire team is put together, planned well to get the money from the people. Once the patient expect money comes, board firado. They are shown more in the TV. That's why we think the whole world is like that. No. There are so many production units honestly producing the things, maintaining bare minimum profit for their survival and sustenance. Asankalpa loka. You understood? Asankalpa loka means sankalpa kamana. Dhyayito vishyan pumsa sangaseshu jayate sankalpa prabhavan kaman. So asankalpa loka means those lokas where sankalpa for bahya bhoga are not there because deha tadatma is not there. Such lokas you will be able to see. To substantiate this thought, we are telling in this very world, such are the things. There are so many annakshetras. The langar wale, jo freely khana de dete. There are some villages only are there. Anybody come, they get the food and place to stay for 1 day, 2 day, 3 day. Asankalpa lok. हाउ मेनी महात्मास बस ऐसे बैठकर कितने लोगों को उपदेश देकर या उपाय देकर उनके उनके दुखों को दूर कर. कोई योग साधना सिखा रहे, कोई फूड डिसिप्लिन सिखा रहे. Some are teaching the upasana to various devatas. Do that by the grace of that devata. Your this disease will go, your this financial problem will go. I'll also recommend. Asankalpa loka, they are living. यू एंड आई कैन बी एन एग्जाम्पल कि हमारा असंकल्प लोग ये शास्त्र समझ में आया ना आए, हम डेली क्लास में आते, इतना असंकल्प है हमारा. यू नो somebody should recognize तबला बजाओ ताली पेटी, कुछ नहीं. We talk satsanga tattva loudly, that's it. Other than that, our personal sankalpa is not there. The sankalpa is there, नहीं तो मैं क्यों चिल्लाऊं इतने घंटे. What is sankalpa? Nobody must be doing such a big sankalpa of 3 minutes, 6 or 5 times per day. We have the sankalpa, but there is no personal sankalpa of dehadi indriyadi bhoga. Sanatana dharma vishwavyaptyartham dharma moksha purushartha susampratishta vaptyartham. These are all sat sankalpas, shubha sankalpas. So the shubha sankalpa yukta or nisankalpa yukta lokas, where Asubha sankalpas are not there, you will be able to access if you have through practice established in the Ativahika sthiti, transcending the Adi Bhautika Deha Tatatmya sthiti. Ativahikta Jnanam sthiti meshati shashvatim yada tadahi asankalpat lokan drakshasi pavanan. The pure sankalparahita lokas you can see. Isn't it? There are some slokas by great saints and sages telling the same thing in a laukika drushti. You know, there is one Kabir Doha. बुरा देखने में चला मुझसे बुरा न कोई. The other way is what? The one who has burai in him, he sees burai only everywhere. The one he himself becomes acha ya pure, he will see everything everywhere good and good and good only. In the laukika vyavaharika drushti. Yatha drushti hi tatha srishti hi. If your drushti is bura, you see only burai everywhere. You know, it is a very gross vyavaharik level. Here, thoda sadhana level mein, deha tadatmya transcended, ativahika jnanam you are established in. You see the punya lokas, the asankalpita lokas. It's again indirect hint is given. Purify yourself, transcend your identity with the sthula sharira. Why will you be here in this wretched world? You will be lifted to the other world. No, like the other day we gave example. मेहनत करके एक पैसे कमाओ, then shift your accommodation into a very pleasant and pure and neat and clean locality. Why do you need to stay in this slum area? पानी नहीं आता, धूप नहीं आता, बदबू गंदगी होती है. Who told you to stay here? You earn money and shift yourself to better locality. Same way, earn your ativahika jnana and shift yourself from this slum area of dehadi tadatmya and this ragadvesha kama krodha and live in a punya loka as an ativahika deha. Even next to that is what? Pure atma jnana. Aim at that through your mehnat. That's the way it has to be taken. Next, having said all this, now punchline advice by mother to Saraswati, mother to our Leela is what? Vasanatana tasmat kuruyat namanindite tasmin praudhimupayate jivan mukta bhavishyas. Hey Anindita, therefore kuruyatnam. Be consciously putting all the efforts. In what? Vasana tanave. In the tanu karana of the dehadi tadatma vasanas. See that suggestion given by Vaashishtha to Rama, Saraswati Maya to Leela and for all of us. All our life, because this knowledge is not given, we are only doing those things by which our vasanas, instead of becoming thin and tanu, they are becoming thick and mota only. Let us, you and I who are attending this class now, very clearly write down somewhere. My life's purpose is, or efforts are, not to add to the vasanas, but to reduce the vasanas. And don't get worried or confused much about what do you mean by this. Vasana means samskara. Samskara means impressions, desires regarding the outer worldly things through this deha tadatmya. You know, the vasanas, the samskaras and desires for the Shabda Sparsha Rupa Rasagandha and for the outer object of the world, for the bhoga of this deha. That is meant here by the word vasana, uska tanukaran karo. At the peak level, when we reach, how do we live? For the Sharira, whatever bare minimum required, that we gave, that's it. For the Sharira to remain alive. More than that, we are not seeking anything. Otherwise, if you have things, you feel like indulging and enjoying them. The highly wise spiritual people, they know if lots of wealth are there, then I tend to spend them in bhoga, in dehatadhatmya. Better let me give all the money in dana. So I don't have money itself. Therefore, my desires for the worldliness will be reduced. That state is called sannyas, wherein sannyasi, everything he gives up, therefore he has nothing. Therefore, when he has nothing, he will not desire for the things. That's how they put those disciplines, restrictions on themselves to come out of the vasanas. Must great sadhana. They are happy and they pray to God. जीने के लिए जितना चाहिए भगवान उतने ही दो, उससे ज्यादा नहीं चाहिए. Isn't it? If at all any time I look at the other people comparatively and say they are very good dressed, they have bangla gadi, they are living better, they are, like that it happens, no? At that time, telling the Lord, Oh Lord, let me not have those comparison trips. See to it that from within me, those desires themselves never pop up or crop up. है ना? Like in my case, whenever I see somebody doing better than me, well than me, the outer things, what should I do? Bhagavan, instead of asking you to put me in a outer world better place, let me or educate me to ask you for the deeper inner spiritual sadhanas. समझदार बंदे ऐसे भगवान से संक प्रार्थना करते. Because with every outer comfort seeking, we tend to indulge, involve in it, consuming time. Then in this way, see the trick of mind and Maya, how it postpones our spiritual unfoldment. It's just postponing our spiritual unfoldment. होना ही है. Every jiva will have to realize self. But this cunningness of the mind keeps on postponing it. That's why the Nachiketa brand of yogis, Vivek Vairagya wale, they say, first to teach me Brahman, baat ki baat. We are talking on this topic of Vasana Tanave Tasmat Kuru Yatnam Anindite. To all of us, this is the suggestion from Saraswati Mata, that put all your efforts to reduce the vasanas, to make the vasanas thinner and thinner. And whenever such topics come, again don't get confused and vague. Again on this only, when Leela is going to ask question, Mother is going to anyway answer. Same thing in advance, let's see. The reductionas of vasanas means more and more involving in the Paramatma related activities. The more we involve in that, those samskaras grow. For these worldly things, we are not giving the importance. Therefore, these vasanas, samskaras get out of us. Same thing said in English quotation. In every language it is there. In such a simple words. That is what is the meaning of all this. What is it? Out of sight, out of mind. After 4 days, we are going to see the same shloka in Gita. Vishaya vinivartante niraharasya dehinaha. Bas. When you keep away from them, first those things outside go away, slowly they go away from the mind too. But at the same time, busily engage in the positive spiritual activities. In the same way, where sadvasana spurti vijrumbane satihi asaviri napi ahamadi vasana. When the Sat Vastu, Sat Paramatma Vasanas increase because of our regular Shravana, Adhyayana, Manana, Chintana, the Asat Vasanas of Sharira or Bahya Bhoga, they all go away. It is general understanding in the world too. By increasing the positivity, we have to see to it that the negativity is reduced. See that one point, self-reliant India, make in India. One thought, how many benefits you see? First thing is, the laziness of the people goes away, which is very required for the population of 140 crores. If we don't work for ourselves and we becoming lazy, start depending on other countries for everything, we anyway get destroyed, other countries also get destroyed. 140 crore is not an ordinary abadi. Around 50 countries put together. If these fellows don't create food and other things for themselves, within themselves, they either suffer because of poverty, or they become criminals, or they depend on the other countries. How to avoid? Make in India. So the human resources are tapped. How the problem is taken care? Second, because make in India, our own resources we tap and then we produce in our country itself. To that extent, our dependency on other countries gets reduced. More when we produce, we can export. When we export, then we can decide the cost factors, etc. Slowly, our rupee value will increase or our currency will increase value. We don't need to depend on the dollars, etc. तो एक थॉट से देखो कितने चीजें. You all know all these things 10 times, 100 times, 1000 times more than me. Just an idea. Here also, by increasing the tattva jnana vasanas, other things can be getting reduced. That is the only way. More grossest, stupid way, if you want me to tell, unless you come to our classes or any classes regularly, you cannot avoid seeing TV. Unless the TV seeing is avoided, the mind getting rusted, getting diluted, getting polluted, getting impurified, you can never stop. Unless the mind is that way protected, destruction is pakka. As simple as. बात एक ही होता है, हमको कहां कहां उसको अप्लाई कर सकते हैं उसको जानना है. Okay, so cutting short all of those things after explaining, let us stick to the most beautiful point as pointed out by Mother Saraswati. He anindite vasanathanave yatnam kuru. Bas. So when we put efforts and reduce the vasanas, what is the result? Tasmin praudhimupayate. When you become expert praudha in removing all your vasanas, jivan mukta bhavishyasi. You get liberated while living. Jivan mukta. While living in this very body, you are liberated from the body identities and limitations. Wow. That's why in Vivek Chudamani, Vasana Tanavam Hetat Sajivan Mukti Ruchyate. Like that, Bhagavan Shankara says. Vasana Tanu Karanam. Now, half a minute, not more than that, we take, as we said yesterday too, the entire world of our governments and institutions and all people, out of their ignorance of all these things, doing only those things by which in all the human beings, aham dehosmi, and I need the outer bhogas, these vasanas only are added, not knowingly. And I said half minute, I told half minute. One more minute if you take, we all talk about the food adulterations. We talk about the fuel adulterations. So many, But we are not talking about the mind and heart are impurified, polluted, or adulterated by inducing the negative asanas. And at the root level of our own heart, when you are filled with negative asanas, outside how many reforms you may bring, how many punishments you may bring, people find their own ways to behave negative. That's why the spirituality only is the antidote, because it acts at the root level of our own heart in removing dushta vasanas and replacing it by the sadvasanas. When you water the tree at the root level, the whole tree is taken care. वाटर तो रूट्स को नहीं दे रहे हो, हर जगह पानी छिड़क रहे हो तो मर जाएगा पेड़. So to the root is the heart of human beings. There, the durvasana, dushta is the starting point of all destruction. So there, when you give the adhyatmika vasanas, the tattva vasanas, the upasana bhakti vasanas, then the positive value vasanas, then the swadharma vasanas, vasana means samskara there. The world is taken care. And in Indian system, beautiful it is. As long as the children are with parents, parents and grandparents used to give them sadvasana of every aspect by demonstration. I'm talking about good olden days. As the child little grows up to 8, 10 years, he is sent to Gurukula. In that Gurukula, the Guru gives only positive samskara. So by the time that child grows to the man of 25 saal, he is filled with so much of sadjnanam and sat samskaras that the remaining 75 years of life, he lives a life of a great, great asset to himself and also to the world. Professionally, he is trained, therefore, he contributes to the world, to the profession. The values he is trained in, through those values, he adds to the beauty, dignity, joy of the world, and is also given spiritual training. Through that, he evolves. This is an ideal way of any human being living, which is the way of our Hindu Sanatan Dharma. And nowadays, we are copying all other things of the world. We are not doing all these things. Therefore, we can open eyed, we can see ourselves, our children. भोग में ही फंसे रह रहे. Which of your family members, 100 members, know the entire Bhagavad Gita or at least one chapter of Gita, one Upanishad, one Stotram? It is a proof the Hindus how they are destroying themselves. अपने आप को पूछो कितनी चीजें आपको स्मरण में है, कोशिश कहाँ किया याद रखने को. And I have all explanation to give you. If you don't remember the shlokas, how do you remember the meaning? If the meaning is not remembered, how do you know have the knowledge then? I am giving example. So, O Anindita, remove all the dehadi tadatmya vasanas. When all of them go away, jivan mukta bhavishyasi. Keeping all this in mind, Saraswati, Leela, thanking the mother, will ask for the upaya. Then mother says, there is no second upaya, only one. That is Tattva Jnana Abhyasa. That is why the title of this sarga is Jnana Abhyasa Pradarshanam. Vignana Abhyasa Nirupanam is the name of this sarga. You understand, no? That's why we said Vijnana Prapti is one sadhana, Prapta Vijnana Abhyasa is second sadhana. The Vijnana removes the Ajnana, then Vijnana Abhyasa gives us Tattvanubhuti, then that removes once for all the delusion that the Jiva, Jagat, Ishvara are there and we have to get lost in them. Kuch nahi hai. Chalo, aage aao jao. Yavan is a beautiful, tasty shloka, very touching. Yavanna puritastvesha shitalo bodha chandramaha. First line. तावत् देहम अवस्थाप्य लोकांतरम अवेक्ष्यताम. See, in these slokas, so much meaning is there. That's why I'm taking more time to explain, and it's helping me to understand. फिलहाल तो समझो याद रहे या ना रहे, पहले क्लास में तो समझो. 1000 में से 1-2 तो याद रहेंगे. She says, यावत् न पूरितः तो एषः शीतलः बोधचंद्रमाः. Till your heart is filled with the very cooling moon rays of Atmanubhuti. Till that happens to you means while proceeding or practicing those things. Otherwise, what? Tavat deham avastapya. Keep this stula sharira here. Then take up the what do you call ativahika deha, which was already said earlier. Lokantaram avekshatam. You just rise above the stula deha tadatma in this world. Go to that punya lokas to see along with me. So this is the meaning of this shloka. Till the Purna Bodha Chandrama Shitala awakens in you, you just give up this body Tadatma here and then go to different lokas. Literal meaning is this. Now the details you understand. First is what? Till Shitala Bodha Chandrama Puritaha. Purna Bodha Chandrama. Shitala Bodha Chandrama Purna means totally awakening to the self. That is our ultimate goal. Shitala Bodha Chandramaha. Like the Chandrama gives Shitala Kirana, this Atma Bodha gives the Shitalata of the Dukkha Raita Purna Ananda. That's our goal. Now, Yavat Napuritaha means what? Two meanings. One, you have to keep on doing the sadhana till it happens. One meaning is that. in general to all. In particular, to the Leela, why she cannot fill her heart with both the Chandrama straight away? Because in her mind, she has the Sankalpa strong of wanting to see that Brahmana Girigrama, isn't it? No, that want is so powerful कि वो इतना वो खलकता जाता है, it will not allow this Leela to sit and meditate on Purna Chandrama. You understood? For her only one desire, and for you and I thousands of them are there. Because of that, our seriousness, sincerity to awaken to so that Shitala Purna Bodha Chandrama will not be there 100%. Now the context में beauty क्या है कि okay, I told Leela to remove all vasanas and awaken to the self and get moksha. But Leela cannot do it right now because she has desire to see that Brahmana Loka. Okay, if I take Leela to that Brahmana Loka, she will see it. But is it guaranteed that after that she will sit for awakening to Bodha Chandrama? No. Why? When she has the desire for one loka, she may have for many lokas. Therefore, out of her kindness, compassion, Mother Saraswati, what she does, even though Leela asked to show that Brahmana loka, she takes her to all the lokas so that she will no more have any desire for any one of them. Same time, she knows the limitation of them. With that knowledge, she will have Purna Vairagya for any lokas or any anubhutis with any upadhis at any time. Such person becomes filled with, as in the language of Yoga Darshanam, para and apara Vairagya. When para-apara vairagya is there, means I want nothing of here or any other world. Such person alone, single-pointedly sit and transcend Sula Sukshma Karana Deha Tadatmya, transcend the Jiva Bhava, using the Tattvas Mahavakya Upadesha, they can awaken to that Purna Shitala Bodha Chandrama. That's her kindness, compassion. Point one, from mother's side. And the same mother telling to Leela from Leela's side is what? Anyway, you have that sankalpa of going to other world. Therefore, you cannot sit for Bodha Chandrama. Do one thing better. What is it? Be attentive. Next thought. I'll try to put it in the correct language. If not, you cooperate with me to catch. Even though you cannot right now awaken to Purna Chandrama of the Bodha, still it is better for you, be attentive, to keep your Sthula Deha Tadatma here and reach to Ativahika Sthiti and along with me go and see various lokas. What is indicated meaning? Going and seeing various Sukshma lokas is anyway second better thing after the Brahmagnana than staying in this Sthula Deha Tadatmya and increasing the vasanas more and more by involving and indulging in the outer world. Hope I conveyed. इस देह तादात्म्य से इधर फंसने के बजाय ऐसे साधनाएं करके स्थूल देह तादात्म्य छोड़कर come to the ativahika deha tadatmya with which let us see all the lokas. That is second better. The first best is Purna Bodha Chandrama you awaken to. You can't awaken because you have that particular loka going vasana. You may have other vasanas. Tomorrow they may come. Therefore, if you join with me, but these are all not said by mother that I'll take you to all lokas. She said one sentence, Lokantaram avekshata. In the future sargas, we will see both of them going to all the lokas. What all indicates is mother taking her to all the lokas and showing the limitation of all the lokas in compared to Brahma Jnanam. Even in them also there is apurnata. So therefore you have seen them. अब तुम जितने भी घूमो देखो सब ऐसे रहते हैं. With upadhi, wherever you go, the lokas will be better than the lower upadhi yukta loka but they are not ultimate, they are also conditioned. So the chain, whether it is iron or it is made of silver or the gold, it will bind you only. Think about it. How kind mother is. That is why, as we quoted to you yesterday, day before, from Viveka Chudamani, why we don't get Atmajnanam properly? Out of the three obstructions. One of them is Lokavasana. We talked or not? नहीं देहवासनया जंतोः लोकवासनया अपि च शास्त्रवासनया ज्ञानं यथावत् नैव जायते. Therefore, त्यक्त्वा देहानुवर्तनं, त्यक्त्वा लोकानुवर्तनं, त्यक्त्वा शास्त्रानुवर्तनं, चिन्तयात्मानम् आत्मनि. उसका इसका कनेक्ट करो. You understand Lokavasana means wanting to see different worlds and realms, etc. When they are also tasted and found to be empty, then for them also, when we have total vairagya, then with that mind, ab jahan bhi jao उपाधि के साथ limited ही है. I don't want any one of them. I want only the infinite Brahman. The characters like Nachiketa might have gone through all these in their earlier hundreds of lives. That in this final life now they have such a clarity. You keep all of the things. I don't want. I want only that Brahma Jnana. That is the meaning here. Okay. So the total thought is this. Context may, till you become qualified and are able to sit and meditate and realize Purna Bodha, Shitala Chandrama, don't get lost in this Tula Dhyata, that meant get increase your vasanas. Better do some sadhanas and come out of Dehosmitadatmya, come to Ativayika Sthiti. From that, with that, go to different lokas. Tavat Deham Avastape Lokantaram Avikshata. It's something like in the Vyavaharik Jagat also. Instead of sitting in front of TV with all the pension money, which is the money of the other public, eating like buffalo, go out of the house, go to the different lokas, see the world of hospitals, see the world of old age homes, see the world of the orphanages, how people are suffering their lack of the things, and also see the world of the slaughterhouses where people are killing animals for their bhoga, and also see the world of the corruptions that are happening in the world in various fields. When you see all of them, you get vairagya. Exactly this happens to the hero of this text, Bhagavan Sri Rama, when he asked his father, Pitaji, without my asking, you went on giving everything, still have one desire, kindly fulfill, he asked. Father asked, Kya chahiye beta? He says, I want to go for Tirthayatra. So from the comfort zone of being a prince in Ayodhya, with all the sukha, bhoga, everything, he came out, Lokayatra, different lokas he went. During that Tirthayatra, he saw different places, different people with different limitations, different sufferings, etc., etc. वो सब देखकर वो इतना हैरान परेशान हो गए, पूर्ण वैराग्य came to him. We have seen the Vairagya Prakaranam, 20 sargas. उसमें in 13-14 sargas, how Rama explained his Vairagya in front of all public to Vaashishtha Vishwamitra. Then the Vasishtha ji is introduced to Rama as a guru, requesting Vasishtha ji, O Vasishtha ji, आप और हम जो ब्रह्म देव से ज्ञान पाए थे, now this Rama is paripakva now, please give him that knowledge. When you go to the Lokayatra, we get maturity. There are two possibilities. When you see the world, you can get attracted also to various bhogas. But if you have the spiritual samskara vasana, and for that, with that purpose, when you see the world, then you develop the vairagya. So, you asked for one loka. Let us go to many lokas. Everywhere, wherever you go. These, like, in America, there are Indian problems. But in America, American problems will be there. Jahan bhi jao, wahan problems hoenge. Is there any place, madam, where there are no problems? Yeah, only one place. Aham Brahmasmi Anubhuti. Every jiva that way, by traveling so many places, understanding the limitations, finally seeks the ultimate truth only. But as a human being, we have an added advantage That we need not go to all lokas, we read the Shastras, that is enough to get the Vairagya. That is the beauty of studying Shastras, that we get Paroksha Jnanam. Jnanam Paroksha Rupena. Paroksha Rupena means Pratyaksha Rupena, we need not go to those words to see their limitation. Isn't it? Just listen to these directions, guidance of them, that is enough. Okay. Now, uh, uh, this is the explanation with the background that Leela has in her mind, that desire to see that Loka. Therefore, she cannot sit steadily for meditation to realize the self. Therefore, you fulfill better that desire of seeing that Loka, that you cannot see with this Stula Deha. So, therefore, keep this Stula Deha here, come to the Atvahika Deha. When you come there, I'll take you to that Loka. Not only that, en route many other lokas also. I'll show you. That will be the topic in the coming chapters. Along with that, the next thought kya hai? Leela is asking, ki why can't I go like this? Why can't you take me with you like that? With this Stula Deha. Then mother says, with the Stula Deha, with the corresponding Stula Deha Tadatmya, people and lokas only you can contact and live in. मांस देह से मांस देह का ही संबंध होता है, not with the chitta deha. No, this is very, see, these topics are so crucial. It needs time to explain for me. I can't just brush. I can brush aside because you don't know what are the topics. छोड़कर मैं आगे जा सकता हूँ, पर मुझे तृप्ति नहीं हो रही है क्योंकि मुझे पूरा पढ़ना है. That is my problem. In that you are also caught up. That you also are forced to listen as if there are some wise gurus. I am praying that you get such gurus who have such an intelligence to filter and edit what's not required and give exactly what is required. I am not in that paripakva sthiti. It may take some 10,000 lives for me. I don't mind. But here now the thing is, first time I am studying, let me go through every shloka. है कि नहीं? छोटे बच्चों को पहले टाइम में जिज्ञासा होता है. वो तो कोई नुमाइश ले जाओ तो हर एक दुकान उसको देखता है ना? First time when people come to this Hyderabad, there is exhibition from 1st January to February 12th, 45 days. So many, 3,000 shops will be there. First time when you come, you feel like seeing everything. It is so exciting, Baba. हम तो बच्चे इतने साल से देख रहे हैं ना. But now we know we want this time कपड़े कपड़े वाला लेन में जाओ. Or you want any utensils वाला, go there. Or in furniture वाला, you go there. Woolens देखो, चप्पल खरीदना है उधर जाओ. तो we know that. Me also, first time small boy. So I just want to taste Yoga Vaashishtha like any other text. See, when you took up Valmiki Ramayana, 24,000 श्लोक किया ना हमने. When you took Adhyatma Ramayana, all the 4,500 श्लोक हमने देखा. When you took Bhagavad Purana, all 18,000, every shloka I spoke to you. When we're doing Gita, every shloka we are doing. When you are doing Upanishad, Ishake, Nakata, Prashna, Mundaka, Manduka, Taittiriya, Aitareya, Shweta, Ashwatra, all we are doing. इस जन्म में भगवान ने हमको ये अनुग्रह दे रहे हैं, इसके बाद नो शास्त्र वासना. हो गया, आप जो सारांश पकड़ो, बैठो ध्यान में, आएगा वो स्थिति. तो हियर व्हाट वी आर सीइंग इज मांस देह से ही मिलता है, चित्त देह से नहीं. ओके. एंड यू मे आस्क मी कि यू कैन गिव सम वरा एंड शापा एंड टेक मी टू डिफरेंट वर्ल्ड्स. दैट इज नॉट इन जनरल अलाउड. वो तो एक बार दो बार होता होगा. That is not permanently told. What's permanently told is every jiva will have to work out his own vasanas of sthula deha tadatmya and bahya jagat jivanam, come to the ativahika sthiti by his choice, by his effort. Then only there is maja in this sadhana. Isn't it? And I cannot go against the total rule of this jagat by favoring you out of the way. Then everybody will come to me and say, isn't it, oh mother bless us? And then nobody will do sadhana. When nobody does sadhana, then all the shastra maryada or the sushti maryada, everything will be broken. I am capable of taking you, but I am not allowed to take you. That's why all the gurus capable to give us mukti, but not allowed to give us mukti. Mukti, everyone will have to work for themselves. वो खेल नहीं है कि सब गुरु अपने जीवन मुक्त स्थिति में रहकर अपने तपशक्ति से जस्ट लाइक दैट सब गधा उल्लू का पट्टा सबको मुक्ति देवे, ऐसा नहीं होता. दे हैव टू वर्क. Gurudev used to say, no, I am not a mule guru to carry you. I will only teach you Upanishads. You study and evolve. That's why he just not a Chumantar guru. He just gave Tattva Jnana and went away. Whoever have understood and doing sadhana, they are evolving. बाकी अटकती भटकती आत्मा चलते रहते. Tomorrow we will see this topic. Then the Leela will be so happy with this knowledge. Now she tells, give me the upaya sadhana. Then the Jnana Abhyasa Upaya, Mother is going to say. These things we'll see tomorrow. Om Shanti, 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 Hari Om. श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः. तत्सत ब्रह्मार्पणम अस्तु. देखो डेली पढ़ने से थोड़ा थोड़ा स्पष्टता क्लैरिटी बढ़ रहा है कि नहीं. आई एम तो हैप्पी. We are able to prove to our Ramji and Vasishtha that we are jignasus of this text. When they are pleased, they give us more ability, capacity to study and understand these things deeply. अब एक स्थिति हमारा आएगा 1-2 साल में कि इतना डिटेल पढ़ने की जरूरत नहीं. आई एम जस्ट स्टडिंग द मंत्रास, एक्सप्लेनिंग यू द मीनिंग, यू आर फीलिंग द मीनिंग ऑफ इट. May it happen to us by next year this time. So the daily 1 chapter, 2 chapters, we are able to go through and catch the essence. I will aim at that. Let us aim at that. Try for that. Thank you. Now join for the next text. Om Sri Ramchandra Bhagavan ki jai. Vasishtha Bhagavan ki jai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.